Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Ripton Community Coffee House. The well, it's first thing I want to say is if you run into any trouble with the streaming, you can message us through Facebook, or you can find our contact information at our website, which is rcch.org for the Ripton Community Coffee House. So it's the RCC, and then just .org. We're continuing our streaming coffee house series shows here until it's safe to gather again at the Ripton Community House in downtown Ripton. We're really looking forward to having that real experience being in the same room with the live musicians. But until we can do that safely, we're going to do this wonderful streaming thing, which has really been much better than I was expecting it to be. The I want to tell you a couple things that are coming up. The this coming well, not this coming Friday, but on Friday, March 12th, we'll be co-presenting the bluegrass band Jim Godet and the Railroad Boys. You can find all the details on our website and our Facebook page. This is a co-production with the historic Cafe Lena. They approached us and asked if we wanted to do something like this, and it's going to be some money coming to us, which is different than this whole series. We're all the money that you donate goes directly to the performers for this series that we've been doing. So some money will come to us from that show on the 12th of March. So I guess that is the next Friday. The Also, we're going to have our next regular coffee house show is going to be on Saturday, Saturday, April 4th. And that's going to be with Keith Murphy and Becky Tracy. And we've had them before in different groups configurations, but it's going to be great having those two. They're really amazing musicians from right here in Vermont. And so, speaking of amazing musicians, we're so happy really to have Caitlin Canty with us. The One thing I want to say is the last time she played for the coffee house, we had a bunch of people show up, more than the capacity of the coffee house. And we previously arranged for Caitlin to use as a green room, the church that's right across the parking lot from us. And through the generosity of her heart, she invited all the people that couldn't get into the coffee house to come into the church to be with her while she was warming up. And it ended up being this, and I kept going back and forth between the two places, just making sure everything was going right in either of those places. And she was just having this very sweet gathering with all these people, having a conversation with them and talking about some of the songs. And it was just so special that, somebody who's going to be on stage for over an hour to take this time to do this little extra thing for the people that couldn't get in. And it was just really, really a lovely evening all around. And so we are very, very happy to finally have her again. And even though it's in a virtual capacity, it's great to have Caitlin Canty here.
Thanks so much, Richard. That's really sweet. Yeah, that was a good memory. Hey, everybody. I'm Caitlin Canty. I'm coming to you from Nashville, Tennessee, instead of Vermont, but I'm born and raised Vermonter, Proctor, Vermont. And I don't usually start a show talking. I usually just leap right into a song. It helps me feel comfortable. And, I can drone on and on if I keep talking, but a song is a limited amount of time. But tonight is different in a couple ways. I have had this show on the books with my Patreon crew to do a request hour. And it got punted a few times. And I thought, tonight, why not? So what I'm going to do is pick songs from this boot that my Patreons have requested in advance so I could, throw them in the boot. And I can't quite read comments as they're coming, so the requests are only in the boot. But I know it's in there, but I don't know what's going to happen, so I'll just get started. Oh my gosh. It doesn't feel like I planned it, but Well, no, I wouldn't start with this. I would move it in the. I hate making set lists. It takes me forever to make the set list because I never want to start. I always want something like the third song in is where I'm like, this song is what I would put third song in, but the boot has spoken. This is my newest song that I've released called Where is the Heart of My Country? And Heidi was kind enough to drop it in the hat, boot. And one of the first things I learned not to do when I started touring was kick off your set tuning your guitar. So, forgive me tonight. Oh, I'm glad the song was in there though. Thank you, Heidi. It's raining in Los Angeles. Hallelujah, hallelujah. Moonflowers open to breathe the night's perfume. The city climbs a hillside just to see the color bloom. Petals turn a sidewalk stream, jacaranda blue. Where is the heart of my country? Flying over Oklahoma fields and broken ground. Every mile cut up into squares of green and brown. Like a quilt unfinished, like a fiddle singing a low and lonesome sound. See the land before black gold and heavy plow. Where is the heart of my country now? Where is the heart of my country now? Golden skyway westbound, highway birds in a church choir. The sun set down in the grass like wildfire. A young horse runs at the fence line just to test his own desire. Plastic bags are prayer flags, the wind caught on the wire. Where is the heart of my country? Where is the heart of my country now? Radio towers, red light warning, carried on the wind. In the shadow of the mountain, church bells ringing. From California's burning forest to the New York Island, can you hear the chorus of voices asking, where is the heart of my country? Where is the heart of my country? Where Thank you. I'm coming to you from the banjo den, the banjo basement here. My husband Noam teaches a Artist Works course on banjo, and he's usually down here where it's a little quiet because we have a little baby who's going to sleep about now. So as anyone has, I guess it's common for kids to just be wild as anything at this hour. So if you hear like a pterodactyl sound in the background, it's far, far away, don't be alarmed. It's just getting the wiggles out. I'm going to pick a song before I drone on. That one right there, though. I'm going to wait. That one I just played. We put it out just a few months ago now, but it was going to be on a record that I was about to make, I think it was like 6 days. No, it was 2 days. The studio closed 2 days before we were going in to make a record because of coronavirus. And so we were thinking maybe we can do it in a month or so because we were so naive. And I ended up getting too large to really hold a guitar. But I got this one song done before the baby came along. So it felt really good to play this, and we made it here at home. So that was, it's a sort of a weird new reality where I have to squint to see to see your applause signs and comments. But I like this too. It's been pretty sweet. I almost thought, like, there's so many rituals before a show. What Richard was talking about, if you heard his introduction, was the last time I played Ripton. And, the green room is the church that's a parking lot away. And I usually have whiskey, get the guitar in tune, hopefully, like, sweat over the set list, which I don't have to do tonight. And Anais Mitchell's niece came to hear a song of mine called Get Up. And it'd be so bizarre if I'm holding that song in my hand. It's the boot. Anyway, she was a little girl who was like so excited to hear Get Up. So I'm like, oh, come on over. And I went over to talk to somebody in line, and I actually like hit a mosquito. It was a record-setting mosquito. And so anybody, it wasn't like, I don't usually, invite the whole town into the green room, but it's a special place. And Vermont is, it just felt good. So it was not me going out of my way at all. It was just like easy. And it made the show feel like even better when I got into the big room. We got wildflowers, and the Tom Petty wildflowers. This is for Cheryl and Annie, who told me that they danced with, it was a father-daughter dance at their wedding. So I'm pumped to do that one. Except for the fact that you're just going to have to listen to this for one more second. I actually sang this song. I used to be in a wedding band with Darlingside, and when we were just starting out. And they would invite me to play just a handful of weddings a year, but I was the female option in their contract. They would add me to the... and this was one of the songs that we would do. We learned for that. So, and I ended up playing it at Harris Passeltiner and Hannah's wedding, and singing her down the aisle. So it's a good one for the old weddings. You belong among the wildflowers. You belong in a boat out at sea. Sail away, kill off the hours. You belong somewhere you feel free. Run away, go find a lover. Run away, somewhere all bright and new. I have seen no other who compares with you. You belong among the wildflowers. You belong somewhere close to me. You belong with your love on your arm. You belong somewhere you feel free. Run away, go find a lover. Run away, let your heart be your guide. You deserve the deepest of cover. You belong in that home by and by. You belong among the wildflowers. You belong somewhere close to me, far away from your trouble and worry. You belong somewhere you feel free. You belong somewhere you feel free. Love that one. Cheers, Cheryl and Annie. I played their farm. They have an urban farm in New Orleans, and that was another show for the record books. That was so fun, and I feel like I've told that story about this before behind a microphone. But so their farm, it's in the Bywater area, and I don't know if it was any special occasion or anything, calendar-wise, but there was, the sun was setting, I remember, and the white lights strung everywhere were just starting to pop, and I went to hit my first song, and I think it was a cappella, it might not have been, but a second line band came marching down like the street right next to us, like a whole party just started in a very different key, and so I had to start over, and like it was great to have that moment. And then starting to get into the show, and they came right back down the street again, so it was a really beautiful night. We all sat around the fire at the end until we got too cold. I kept getting beach blankets thrown on me because I hadn't prepared. I was all sweaty from a show and didn't expect to stick around so long out in the field. It was really fun. Let me pick another song. I'm gonna pick 10 out of here. There's more than 10, but I think I have one. I have two, just one, and then I'm gonna do 10. All right, cool. So these Patreon is something I started right when the album got postponed and everybody's tours evaporated, and I was also getting larger and larger with a baby, and figured I was gonna be off the road for the longest time I'd ever been off the road, and that has proven true for everybody. I just thought I was I knew I was going to be off the road for a while. And so Patreon is this, to me, it's kind of like a backstage hang in a way, because I'm releasing music to, a firewall group of people. It's not just posting everything on Facebook all the time. And it's special stuff for little recordings along the way, new songs that haven't been put on my album yet, and, some voice memo things that go along with like hopefully a better sounding download. But so I didn't know how long I'd keep this up, and it's been 10 months. It's been super fun, and I haven't really promoted it before, and now after announcing today, I got a whole bunch of new ones. So I'll do another request show. So if you don't hear your request tonight, I'll throw it in the boot and throw the new ones in the boot, and I'll have to take them out because I actually do wear these. Someone was confused. They didn't think I wore these. I've worn these forever. From someone pointed out, the gold mine in Ketchum, Idaho. Apparently I talk about my boots a lot on stage too. But tonight it is center stage, and I'm not wearing the other one. Sort of feel like Dave Matthews over here, not wearing any shoes, but I don't have room. I have a song to play. So Patreons either knew me well enough to pick songs that I don't often play, or they just really liked my record Golden Hour. And so I've got a bunch from 3 records back, and I used to play the song every single show. It's still here for Richard. And I as you start writing more songs, the old standards slip into the background. I'm sad I haven't played it for a while. So thanks for throwing this one in the boot. This song too, when I was, just refreshing on it, it sends me right back to Proctor, Vermont. I wrote it around the time my grandfather passed away, and he's so much in that song. And there's a marble bridge. I just, when I'm singing this song, I'm just there. So thank you, Richard. Saw you on the train, button in your coat. How you pass another page, always on your way. Yeah, I knew I should write the top down. All right, I sent my brain to Proctor, Vermont, and I took it out of Nashville for a second. Saw you on the train, button in your coat. Got an open book, edges painted gold. How you pass another page, always on your way. You haven't changed. I'm still here, I've seen them all come and go. I'm still here, I walk these streets as a young boy. I'm still here, I drove these roads with my eyes closed. I'm still here, I watch you all come and go. We never lock our doors, never get away. We live a golden hour of a golden age. There are those who go, those who stay. You cannot have it both ways. I'm still here, I've seen them all come and go. I'm still here, I walk these streets as a young boy. I'm still here, I drove these roads with my eyes closed. I'm still here, I watch you all come and go. I've forgotten now what I came to talk about. I remember how every memory's slippery now. stronger than skin and bone. Time will distill you down. What are you made of? What are you made of? We will all find out what you're made of, what you're made of. I'm still here, I see them all come and go. I'm still here, I walk these streets as a young boy. I'm still here, I drove these roads with my eyes closed. I'm still here, I watch you all come and go. I remember Sam Kapala, who was the drummer in Darlingside, he produced that album with me and engineered it up in Portland, Maine. The album that this is on called Golden Hour. So it's where that song gave the album its name. And I remember debating how to end that song. Like I just felt like it should evaporate and not go back to the, to the home, to resolve, because I felt like that's how it feels when someone goes away sometimes. You don't get a goodbye. You don't necessarily know when you're going to see them next. They just go. Let's see what else I got in here. And by the way, I can see comments scrolling a little bit, and I can check in every once in a while. And, but I love reading them afterwards. So if you have something to say, I won't miss it. I just might not know right now. Mario wants me to play River Alone. I'd be happy to. And I don't think I have to do much but take this away. I thought, before the show, I put on jeans. My dogs were like, what is going on? Something is up. I had my guitar cases and everything coming down here. And I felt like after looking at these songs, everybody picked usually pretty dark songs, pretty minor songs. Like, I do have other ones, but those seem to be the favorites, which I'm with you. I just usually speckle in some others because I feel like I should change the tone, but I'm happy to stick in this tone. Lots of death, lots of driving, a lot of church bells and rivers. The town I live in, Proctor, has gorgeous church bells, so that's why they end up in my songs a lot. And this one has dogs barking, and we've got just this mutt who's definitely got some hound dog in her, and we'll be lucky if we don't hear dogs barking on this live stream tonight. But who cares? It's live. No sound of dog bark, only distant hum of cars and wind and dry leaves falling. Where the light falls slant, she holds a river in her hands. November hits the ground, a blanket of yellow and brown. The rushing of the water drowns out birdsong and highway sound. She's ringing out sun-drenched hair. Find her by the river alone. She turns water. He turns to stone. Stars above her, how they shone, watching over. Up come a cool breeze, the arch trees bending closer, watching. She let the wind run his fingers through her hair. She let the sun touch her skin, young, brown, golden. He found her by the river alone. She turned to water, he turned to stone. Stars above her, how they shone, watching over. Driving rain at night holds its breath under bridges. The road hisses as he slows to leave the highway. Streetlights shine on power lines, rain hangs like diamonds, a necklace for a heavy sky on a windless night. Found her by the river alone. She turned to water, he turned to stone. Stars above her, how they shone, watching over. Smoke in the backyard, snaking high above the barn. Cold blanket of stars pulls in close, the colder they are. All right. Thank you guys for making my set list tonight. That when I'm singing about November, it's a Vermont kind of November. November down here is kind of like a July in Vermont. And Otter Creek is in that song too, especially down by Cadwell's. If you just tuned in, I'm doing a show through Ripton, Vermont, and with my patrons making the set list in the boot. And I'd originally thought I was gonna do Vermont themed songs. I was gonna pick certain songs, from my all the songs I've written in, with Vermont in them. But I decided I'm gonna tell you about whatever Vermontiness is in these. Clearly, I'm a little homesick. It's hard to not move around. I think the greatest part of my job usually, which is touring, would be I could visit everybody I love at least every 6 months, it seemed like. Or I'd go to these places and I'd sit there for a minute and I'd play a show also, and then I'd carry on. And it's been a while since I've been home, so I miss you all. Um, let's play a song. Oh God, stay put. Ooh, wild card from James and Caroline. That's not a song name I had. They said specifically, play what you want. We don't want to request one, just when you know. So, what do I want to play? I think I pulled this guitar out. I bought this in Rutland, Vermont, when a music store was going out of business, and it just was. It wasn't, it's not a super expensive guitar or anything. I think it was $100, and but I wanted to have a guitar I didn't worry about hanging on the wall. So this one is, kind of near the kitchen table, and it's, the kid drools on it, and it's always out of a case. It's not, and so I want to play this guitar, and I love playing Carter Family song for the little guy. So I'll see if I can find it in here. Just at the close of a bright summer day, just as the twilight had faded away, soft on the breeze like the coo of a dove, someone was singing an old song of love. Tell me you love me and say you'll be true. I love nobody in this world but you. Your heart and my heart in love will entwine. Give me your love and I'll give you mine. Come along with me to the quiet, shady nook where flowers bloom at the side of the brook. Nature is sleeping, the birds are at rest. I'll place a wild rose on your beautiful breast. Tell me you love me, say you'll be true. I love nobody in this world but you. Your heart and my heart in love will entwine. Give me your love and I'll give you mine. I've something to ask you while you're by my side. A question of love, of groom and of bride. And if you refuse me, my heart it will pine. Give me your love and I'll give you mine. Tell me you love me and say you'll be true. I love nobody in this world but you. Your heart and my heart in love will entwine. Give me your love and I'll give you mine. Give me your love and I'll give you mine. Let's see about that not falling over. Hopefully. don't think I've never played that one live before. I'm almost positive about that. I just usually play it whenever I think of it, but I haven't put it in a show before. Amazing. I have never played this one either, outside of, just singing around. So One More Dollar, George, I don't know if that's how you pronounce your name, but Joerg. Anyway, it's Gillian Welch song, and I love her music, and I tend to, I used to cover a song, actually I'll do it on this one. Everything is Free Now, and I remember there's a video of me doing it like 100 years ago at Rockwood Music Hall, and I pronounced her name wrong, so I remember like feeling so bad. I covered it and pronounced her name wrong. I think I took it off, but I'll go find that again. And I'll send it to Patreons. It's like an oldie, one of my first shows, I think. And this song, so this was requested out of the blue. He was kind. He said, if you are up for doing a cover that you might not know, One More Dollar, and then he listed another song of mine if I wanted to do that, and somebody else had already grabbed that, so he got One More Dollar. And what's really special about this song is it's the last song I sang to my son before he came home from the hospital with me. So, and he'd been there longer than expected. It was not the greatest week of my life. But so this song, I think it's Gillian Welch's, do you know Woody Guthrie's you can't answer me, but Woody Guthrie's Pastures of Plenty? This song feels like it's a sister of that wonderful song too. And it's about going home. And with that lovely introduction, I just want to, it's cold down here. This guitar's been sitting by itself for a while, so. It's amazing how the live streaming has stripped away all of the tricks that we learned, like a mute pedal. I don't usually travel with a guitar tech though, so someday. I sort of live with one. This looks like my recording king just shrunk, but it's not that. It's a Kalamazoo that I usually keep tuned down a full step, so it's low and groany. But I feel like I'm playing this this song on this guitar right now. A long time ago, I left my home for a job in the fruit trees. But I miss those hills and the windy pines. Their songs seem to suit me. So I sent my wages to my home, said we'd soon be together. For the next good crop, would pay my way and I'd come home forever. One more dime to show for my day, one more dollar and I'm on my way. When I reach those hills, boys, I'll never roam. One more dollar and I'm going home. No work, said the boss. At the bunkhouse door, there's a freeze on the branches. So when the dice came out at the bar downtown, I rolled and I took my chances. One more dime to show for my day. One more dollar and I'm on my way. When I reach those hills, boys, I'll never roam. One more dollar and I'm going home. A long time ago, I left my home, just a boy pushing 20. Could you spare a coin and a Christian prayer? My luck has turned against me. One more dime to show for my day. One more dollar and I'm on my way. When I reach those hills, boys, I'll never roam. One more dollar and I'm going home. One more dollar and I'm going home. I do miss those hills too. Miss those mountains. So that's a Gillian Welch song. Thank you, George, for requesting it. I shouldn't put that away before I choose what's next from the boot. Could be a Kalamazoo song. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna pull the lining out of here. Oh dear. This is Get Up from Charlotte and Eric, and they had a couple songs they put down, and some other folks who covered those, and they picked songs that they know I knew and had played live a lot before, but it was sweet of them. They didn't request a song called Charlotte that I wrote for Charlotte because Eric asked me to. He was going to propose to her, and so I'll play you guys Get Up. I would have to work up Charlotte, but I have played Get Up a time or two in my shows, once or twice. I'm totally cursing the song now if I tell you how much I've played it. But cheers, you guys. This is really fun. I haven't been counting how many songs this is, but let me take a peek so I have an idea. 5, 6. Okay. 3 more from the boot. It's dangerous. There are some in there that'll really, really throw me for a loop, so I can't play all night. But this isn't a Vermont song. This is very much an Idaho song. Get up, get up, get up. No time to rest or run for cover. Get up, get up, get up. Before the road pulls you under. Sleeping on embers, breathing in rivers. Waking up, shivering on summer's hottest night. Salt-crusted sweat dries, dust deep in white lines. dreaming that you find it in the nick of time. Ooh. Get up, get up, get up. No time to rest or run for cover. Get up, get up, get up, before the road pulls you under. Knock the breath out of your madness. Burn your photographs at the edges. Send your heart back from where you left it. Took a long way to come here. Got a long way to go. Climbing up switchbacks, walking through tall grass, color matches on summer's hottest night. Charred bark and dusty ash burned out 2 years back, dreaming that you find it in the nick of time. Knock the breath out of your madness. Burn your photographs at the edges. Send your heart back from where you left it. Took a long way to come here. Got a long way. Get up, get up, get up. No time to rest or run for cover. Get up, get up, get up, before the road pulls you under. Man, it is hard to sing that song sitting down. I want to bounce around to it. But I'm glad that one came out of the boot, because there haven't been too many shows lately where I haven't played that one. It feels like it feels like as an older friend as my guitar here. Oh, cool. I was so happy to see this one on the list. This is The Brightest Day. Bruce asked for it. And I usually, if you've ever been to a live show of mine, for many years, I feel like I've started a show with this song, but I only sing like a little bit of it. I'll always do an a cappella song first to get the cobwebs out, and it was just there are two carryovers from when I was only singing in like pizza parlors and coffee shops, and where people don't really know when the show starts, you know. So I would turn on my white string lights, and instead of that, I have a candle over here, but just burned out on me. Oh no, it's still going. And so white string lights would like light up the show, and then I would sing a cappella, because if someone just starts shouting and you start to turn and listen, but if I start strumming quietly, no one would turn and listen. And so that's where it came from. But I always felt good if I started a show just by singing. And so this song, The Brightest Day, became just something I'd sing the first verse or two. It just felt like I could, it was almost like a ritual of starting a show that way. And, but it never got its day in the sun, because it was just kind of like a, hey, come on over, announcement. That's the first song always gets sacrificed. It's a sad, but it's the truth. People are still adjusting their brains to getting into the show, and so is the person or the band performing. So it's like, anyway, I wrote this song just about as soon as I got back from my first visit to Nashville, where I now live. And I just was there for 3 days. It was January, which is not, nobody's really getting around and doing much in January here. They all hide from the cold, which is not even real cold. And I just fell in love with it, though. I had a magical time. And this song arrived soon after. how fast we ran into the garden. Honeyed air, the breath of morning. He took my hand, the birds were calling, said we could stay. The hills, they rang out with our laughter as we walked and wandered farther. We lay our bodies in the river and washed away. Now the sun is growing tired. She lays her head down in the fire, and I would stay right here forever, but someone waits for me. I keep trying to find the garden. A doubled back voice sore from calling. I left him there. Did I imagine the sweetest taste, the brightest day? I've lost count. How many songs? Got the pieces of paper, but I don't feel like counting again. Oh my goodness. Oh, thank you, Bruce, for that one. It's probably really loud on the microphone. Sorry. Oh. You know, I almost pulled this one out and said not tonight. But I'm happy to play it tonight. I was just gonna let the boot decide. This is "Do Not Stand at My Grave and Weep." Eric requested it, and I put this on my record Golden Hour, which I mentioned was all about for me. It was very much my grandfather was really in that and deeply intertwined in that record and his passing. And we read this poem at his funeral, and I felt like it was a song. And so it's a poem by Mary Elizabeth Fry. And I just sat down and sang it like this and then put it on a record. And I don't usually throw this out into my sets ever. This felt kind of sacred, and but right now I want to sing this for Ruth and Nancy and Noah. Do not stand at my grave and weep. I I'm not there, I do not sleep. I'm 1,000 winds that blow. I'm the diamond glints on the snow. Sunlight on ripened grain, the gentle autumn rain. When you awaken in the morning's hush, I'm the swift uplifting rush of quiet birds in circled flight. I'm the soft stars shining at night. Do not stand at my grave and cry. I'm not there, I did not die. Oop, I put 2. I was hoping this one might come out. Wendy wrote, she had the most requests of all. It was this great list of basically all of my favorites. I shouldn't have favorites, but I do, of songs I've written. I think there might be a cover or 2 in there. And it almost felt like a set I'd want to play another time. So some of her songs were covered already, and but Broken Coastline was not. So Broken Coastline is a song from my band Down Like Silver, which is me and Peter Bradley Adams. And not, for some reason, not always do the songs cross over between, Caitlin Canty and Down Like Silver. People can't find my music sometimes if they come from that land and vice versa. And this song has become it's probably the most covered song I have, for sure, especially in Spain, because it was on a TV show called Casa del Papel. And it's called Money Heist is the U.S. version, I guess, but some Netflix series, and it apparently was at a key moment. So I started trying to watch it, and I don't watch too much TV, but I wanted to see what set Spain ablaze with this song. Anyway, I wrote it with Peter, and I'm so happy that people are covering it, and it's really cool. It's such a huge the biggest compliment you can give anyone is singing a song of theirs. Thanks, Wendy. And this song actually is very dear to my heart because it led me to know and write with Jamie Johnson. He was watching that show and he heard this song and he pressed pause and he tracked me down. And so we've written some songs together and we were going to go on tour together, but poof goes tour last spring. So maybe someday. Anyway, thanks, Wendy. All right. I've been driving a broken coastline, holding on to everything I want. I've been trying to make this all mine. pushing faster before the light is gone. For a while now, day's been breaking colder. There's a wild wind driving me on. All this time has only made me older, pushing faster before the fire's gone. Would you know me if I walked through your doorway? Would you hold me like you've done before? Will there be a place for me if I can't drive anymore? I've been driving alone so long a time, holding on to everything I've got. I keep passing the same old road signs, pushing faster, never knowing when to stop. Would you know me if I walked through your doorway? Would you hold me like you've done before? Will there be a place for me if I can't drive anymore? If I can't drive anymore. Thanks, Wendy. So many of these folks, these Patreon folks, are either I've seen. I think I know most of you from shows back in the old days. And 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That was 10. Wow, flew. I'm gonna stick to my 10, and I'm gonna not pull anything else out of the boot. And I'm going to play one more song because my mom and my brother are also both patrons. I don't know which word to use, but so, and they texted me right before I went on saying, we didn't send a note for the boot, but play something from your new record, like something that you would have put out. And so I will absolutely play a new song. And I decided to keep that one as the encore. Family asked, and they're watching from Proctor, Vermont tonight. At least they better be. If you put a request in, you better be. Where do I want to do this? Let's see. This has been really fun. I miss horribly. I just miss playing live shows in a room with people. I miss being in a room with people. We've been home anyway with a little baby who, has just figured out that he likes sleeping. So life has opened up in a new way for us, and it's about to open up for everybody again soon. And I can't wait to throw my guitars and the kid and Noam and the dogs and everybody in the minivan and just see where the wind takes us. Go play shows is what I mean. I don't think I'll bring the dogs to shows. I haven't lost my mind completely yet, but all right. Yeah, I'll do it here. Why not? Wait, actually, hang on. I think I want to do it here. More comfy. My computer chat froze a while ago, so I believe you're all still out there, and I'm still beaming out to the universe, but thank you so much. I'm going to check out what you had to say as soon as I unplug here, and if there's anything else, oh gosh, I haven't even gotten around to thanking Beth Duquette and Richard Roon, I hope I'm pronouncing your name right, for putting this show together, and it's a reason to work up these songs and say hello. I miss playing in Ripton. I'll be there as soon as you ask me to. Beth has been, if you don't follow her Instagram or her Facebook, she posts the most beautiful photos of Vermont. I think she's probably responsible for the real estate boom that's happening there right now. There's like no houses to buy anymore, or they happen for a minute and then somebody snatches them. And it's because of her photos. I'm pretty sure everyone wants to live in Vermont right now. Guilty. But that was one thing I wrote down. Mom. Oh, that was the song that I'm going to play, Come by the Highway Home, which is, I'm glad they asked for a new song. I wanted to play this tonight, and nobody could request it because they really haven't heard it yet. I wrote this song with Sean Staples, but also with Robert Frost. So one of my favorite poems on earth is Reluctance by Robert Frost. And I'm deciding right now if I'm brave enough to try to recite it. Why the hell not? I've got, my head is full of accidental memorizing of children's books in a cave in the woods in this deep dark lair. But this poem, I used to read on airplanes all the time, coming home, and because I carried a little Robert Frost poem book that Mom gave me, and it's about the highway, so I guess that's the skyway. Out through the fields and the woods and over the walls I have wended. I have climbed the hills of view and looked at the world and descended. I have come by the highway home, and lo, it is ended. The leaves are all dead on the ground, save those that the oak is keeping, to ravel them one by one and let them go scraping and creeping all over the crusted snow while others are sleeping. And the dead leaves lie huddled and still, no longer blown hither and thither. The last lone aster is gone, the flowers of the witch hazel wither. The heart is still aching to seek, but the feet question whither. Ah, when to the heart of man was it ever less than a treason to go with the drift of things, to yield with grace to reason, to bow and accept the end of a love or a season. Love that poem so much, and I read Come by the Highway Home, always felt so musical, and I wrote it down in a notebook, and whenever I'm quoting somebody, I always write who I'm quoting, and I sat down with Sean Staples. We were just sitting down to maybe write a song together, and I started just riffing through little seeds of songs and stuff. And I said, Come by the Highway Home. He's like, that's awesome. I'm like, well, I didn't write that. Robert Frost. He's like, we can write a song with Robert Frost. And so that's what we did. World's longest introduction, because no one's here shifting in their seat uncomfortably, signaling that I should wrap it up. Anyway, I'm wrapping it up. Thank you so much for tuning in. Line of the horizon stretches far as I can see. I have come by the highway home. This dry and dusty road turns to clouds beneath my feet. I have come by the highway home. Past the stubble of the cornfield and the lonely blackbird song, I have come by the highway. trees, I have been here all along. I have come by the highway home. Can you see the first star of the young night? Can you hear the soft cicada drone? Can you feel the warmth of the moonlight? I have come by the highway home. Just around the bend, a chimney's ribbon of smoke. I have come by the highway home. In the cool gray morning, all the windows all aglow. I have come by the highway home. Can you see the dogs jumping at the back door? Can you hear the morning dove moan? Can you feel the sunlight on the wood floor? I have come by the highway home. When you hear the sound of church bells ringing through the town, I have come by the highway home. In the painting of the sky, as the setting sun goes down, I have come by the highway home. I have come by the highway home. Thank you all so much. This has been a blast for me. I'm gonna go make sure that, I hope that kid's asleep by now. He should be in bed. And I'm gonna go read your comments. And I'm gonna do a show like this again. So patrons, get your requests ready, because the boot's almost empty. And if I didn't get to your song, I'll keep it for the next time. Just make a new request. You'll have a double whammy in there. So, all right. Good night.
Oh my goodness. Thank you so much, Caitlin. What a wonderful show. Please remember, everybody, these shows remain up on the Coffee House YouTube channel and the Coffee House Facebook video page, so you can watch these again and again, and you can also donate to the performers again and again. The one thing to keep in mind that since we aren't charging money at the door, it's through your generosity that performers get paid. And certainly tonight's performer, Caitlin Canty, deserves whatever you want to give her. I want to thank everybody for being part of the Ripton Community Coffee House virtual coffee concert series. Remember, on Friday, March 12th is our special Cafe Lena Ripton Community Coffee House co-presentation show with Jim Gaudet and the Railroad Boys. We'll be back with our regular schedule on Saturday, April 3rd. It's true, Saturday, April 4th is not a Saturday. Saturday, April 3rd, we're going to have Keith Murphy and Becky Tracy. Until then, stay safe, everyone, and stay healthy. Good night.